Om Shri Sai Ram. Humble prostrations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master, Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Gita Vahini, Chapter 3. For whom the Gita was spoken. The stages, I am thine, thou art mine, and thou art I. Arjuna surrenders. Arjuna's objections to fighting are caused by delusion. Summary. For whom was the Gita spoken? Krishna says it is for the people who have intelligence that is moderated by goodness, intelligence that is controlled by virtue. And what of the place where the teaching was given? Between two opposing armies. On one side, the forces of virtue, dharma. On the other, the forces of vice, adharma. Arjuna sought from Krishna not the pleasing worldly glory or prayers of power and status and wealth, but the lasting glory of full joy, Shreyas. Arjuna rose to the height of absolute self-surrender, Sharanagati, the state called Prapatti. It is sheer ignorance to surrender individuality for the sake of the transitory products of action, the caused rather than the cause. Surrender rather to the basis, the cause of all causes, the origin of all. That is genuine self-surrender. There are three types of self-surrender. I am thine. Thou art mine. And thou art I. The first affirms, I am yours. The second asserts, you are mine. The third declares, you and I are one, the same. Each is just a step in the rising series, and the last is the highest step of all. In the first stage, I am thine, the Lord is fully free and the devotee is fully bound. In the second stage, thou art mine, the devotee binds the Lord, who is to that extent not free. The devotee can tie up the Lord with love by devotion that overwhelms and overpowers egotism. About the third stage, thou art I, well, this is inseparable devotion. The devotee offers all to the Lord, including himself, for the devotee feels unable to withhold himself. That completes the surrender. When the devotee progresses to the state beyond the limits of the body as well as of I and mine, then there is no more distinction. Devotee and God are the same. In the Ramayana, Hanuman achieved this third stage through devotion. Absence of the knowledge of the identity of Tat and you, Tvam, are the cause of all ignorance. Krishna prods Arjuna, saying, egotism makes you weep. People weep not for the dead, but because the dead are theirs. Arjuna is suffering from two types of delusion. First, ordinary, and second, out of the ordinary. To confuse the body with oneself and pine for the body as if something has happened to you is the ordinary delusion. To discard one's own dharma as not dharma is an out of the ordinary delusion. For a warrior, fighting is dharmic. Do your duty regardless of other considerations. Tat, that is Godhead, is eternal. Everybody accepts it. But the individual, Tvam, is also the Godhead. It too is eternal. Although it is associated with the body, the Atma is unaffected by qualities or gunas and dharmas. It has no qualities and characteristics. When the body is destroyed, the Atma persists. Key takeaways from this chapter. First, the three different stages of self-surrender demonstrate an increasing degree of withdrawal of the lower self. In the first is a feeling of belonging, I am yours. Then a feeling of owning, you are mine. and finally a complete disappearance or subsuming of the individual self into the higher self as one entity. Thou art I. Second, the artificial sense of mine and not mine is brought out beautifully by Krishna in the example of no grief or remorse for other dead people, only for those he considers his relatives. This limited, false sense of identity is what causes our separation from each other in the name of family, caste, creed, religion, country, etc. When we see through the veil of the falsehood of ever-changing feelings of what community means, we will recognize that identity as all-inclusive, that accepts all without exception within oneself. Third, ordinary delusion relates to a false sense of who you are. Out of the ordinary delusion speaks more towards a wrong choice of action or inaction done in ignorance. The more wrong action or inactions that one does leads us further away from discovering who we really are and into a relentless vortex of cycles of births and deaths. Therefore, one should do one's duty irrespective of the consequences to truly discover who we are. Fourth, just as God is eternal, so are we, says the Gita. This eternal individual self continues to play using different bodies till it discovers its own eternal individual presence and willingly subsumes itself through surrender in the higher eternal God self. End of chapter 3. Jai Sai Ram.